Welcome to Captain Handlebar, and this is Drunk Rock and Roll History. So it's Wednesday. Welcome to Captain Handlebar. I decided to get some Bullet Bourbon, and as you can see, I drank quite a bit of it. And we're going to do a history of the Hollywood Vampires. Now, just recently I picked up this album, The Hollywood Vampires, and I was digging through the history of it, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. The Hollywood Vampires started in the mid-70s at the Rainbow Room in Hollywood, and it started off with Alice Cooper as the president. I got some notes here. Vice president was Keith Moon. Treasurer was Bob Brown. The key people in it were definitely Alice Cooper, Keith Moon, Ringo Starr, Harry Nilsson, and Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. So not only do you have Alice Cooper, but you got some Beatles and you got a monkey. And then Harry Nilsson, everybody should know him from the song Lime in the Coconut, or One is the Loneliest Number, Without You. The guy is an amazing songwriter. He interview that I saw with him in there, he actually stated that he didn't like the Beatles at all, and he ended up being best friends with John Lennon. Now, other members in this club include Keith Allison. I need a drink, hold on. John Belushi. Mark Bolan from T-Rex, you might know him from Jeepster. Jeepster, Bang the Gong, Planet Queen. Jack Cruz, Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Mal Evans, John Lennon. There's actually a picture, which I'll put back there, of John Lennon and the gang. Bernie Taupin, he's the one that helped Elton John, or he was the co-writer of Elton John's songs. Joe Walsh and Klaus Vormann. Now, in order to get into this club, the Hollywood Vampires, there was one thing you had to do. And that one thing was to out-drink all the members. So, to me, that's kind of crazy. I mean, wow. In order to be in the club, you had to out-drink Alice Cooper, Keith Moon, which seems almost impossible unless he's doped up on horse tranquilizers. Then you got Ringo Starr, Harry Nilsson, and Mickey Dolenz. I mean, Mickey Dolenz, I couldn't imagine that he'd be a huge alcoholic or that he'd be able to handle much, being as he's a monkey. But damn, having to outdrink all of them, that just seems... that seems crazy to me. Hold on one sec. So this all happened at the little loft on top of the Rainbow Room. Where they had for the club. Cooper listed himself, Keith Moon, Ringo Starr, Mickey Dolenz, and Harry Nilsson as the principal members. He writes, "It was the crowd every night, those same people. Every once in a while, John Lennon would come into town, or Keith Emerson, and they would be honorary members for the night. They still have a plaque there at the Rainbow Room where it says the Lair of the Hollywood Vampires." Sorry, that's my dog, and he needs to go out. So this brings me to the supergroup, Hollywood Vampires. Now this album, it's really cool. I mean, it's just a plain black vinyl on 180 gram. But the side A, the first song is The Last Vampire, and the vocals for The Last Vampire are done by none other than Sir Christopher Lee, who is well known as the Vampire. I mean, back in the 60s, 70s, he was Dracula himself. They've got another original song called Raise the Dead. Then they go on to do a tribute to the other Hollywood vampires. They got My Generation, which is The Who. Whole Lotta Love, which is Led Zeppelin. I'm assuming that maybe a few times a night, maybe, I don't know, John Bonham maybe swung by, or any of the other lead crew. I Got a Line on You, 5 to 1, Break On Through to the Other Side. I'm also assuming it doesn't document really anywhere whether or not Jim Morrison was there, but I don't think it would be Jim Morrison. It'd probably be somebody else, unless he just hung out with the crew earlier, before the Hollywood Vampires. And then they got One, which is the Harry Nilsson song, Jump Into the Fire. Then they have Come and Get It, Jeepster, which is, of course, T-Rex, Mark Bolan, who was a member. Cold Turkey, which is John Lennon. Manic Depression, which is Jimi Hendrix. Itchy Coo Park, School's Out, and Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, which that is on side D, and oh my gosh, there's no better combination of songs than School's Out and Another Brick in the Wall. And then there's another original called My Dead Drunk Friends, which has Johnny Depp on it. So the band, oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It must be the lurker talking. The band consists of Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, Dennis Dunaway, Perry Farrell, Dave Grohl, Tommy Hendrickson, Brian Johnson from AC/DC, Robbie Krieger from The Doors, Abe Laboriel Jr., Sir Christopher Lee, who does the first track, Sir Paul McCartney, Joe Perry, Slash, Neil Smith, Glenn Sobel, Zach Starkey, Joe Walsh, Kip Winger, and Bruce Whitkins. Now, hold on, there's some other stuff to go along there. So the band itself consists of Alice Cooper as lead vocals and harmonica, Johnny Depp, lead and rhythm guitars, keyboards, and backing vocals, and Joe Perry as lead and rhythm guitars and backing vocals. Now when they'd go on tour, it'd be pretty much whoever wanted to come and hang out and visit with them would also get to play. Like in one of the pictures that I saw, the bass player for Stone Temple Pilots was there, which is really cool. So anyway, here's a list of something that I think that you might find interesting. Robbie Krieger from The Doors. Krieger. He plays on 6 and 7, which 6 is 5-1 and Break On Through, so that's really cool. Slash from Guns N' Roses. He plays on track 13. I'm having a hard time counting because it's not labeled 13 or 1 or 7, whatever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, so Slash plays on School's Out and Another Brick in the Wall. Dylan, can you not bump my light, please? Dave Grohl plays drums on track 7, which is 1, and Jump Into the Fire. Kip Winger plays bass guitar, background vocals on 4 and 5, which are Whole Lotta Love and I Got a Line on You. Perry Farrell from Jane's Addictions does background vocals on 5 and 7. 5 is I've Got a Line on You, and 7 is 1, Jump Into the Fire. Brian Johnson from AC/DC, he does vocals on tracks 4 and 13. 4 is Whole Lotta Love, which that would be really cool. I mean, AC/DC singing Led Zeppelin. And 13, I'm having a hard time. 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. School's Out and Another Brick in the Wall. Sir Paul McCartney plays bass on track 8, which is Come and Get It. Now, the track listing consists of The Last Vampire, which I told you, vocals done by Christopher Lee, the Vampire. Raise the Dead, which was written by Depp, Ezra and Alice Cooper, Tommy Hendrix, Bruce Whitkins, and Rob Clonell. That's an original. My Generation, which is The Who. Whole Lotta Lovin', I Got a Line on You, which is from Spirit. Then I said 5-1, Break On Through, Jump Into the Fire, and 1, which is Harry Nilsson. Come and Get It is written by Paul McCartney. Original artist on that one was Badfinger. That's kind of cool. Then as I said, Jeepster was Mark Bolan, T-Rex. Cold Turkey, John Lennon, Plasticona Band. Jimi Hendrix, Manic Depression. Itchy Coo Park, which is Small Faces. I don't know why I'm repeating myself and saying all this, but I just thought it would be some, added something to know. I don't know. This video is going to lag because I'm inebriated. Anyway, the album's really cool, and the lore of the Hollywood Vampires, the fact that there was a club of famous musicians that would hang out in the loft at the Rainbow Room. I mean, the Rainbow Room's famous for Lemmy Kilmister. They even have a statue of him up there. And I've been to the Rainbow Room a couple of times, and I've seen a few famous people up there. I remember one night that I was there, Tenacious D was performing up in the loft. Another time I was there, there had James Brown was with his entourage. That was right before he passed away. So it's notorious. I've even seen Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses, walk into the Rainbow Room. The touring members have included Duff McKagan and Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses, as well as Robert DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots. Like I said before, they came out with this album featuring Paul McCartney and Dave Grohl, blah, 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 blah. Origins, I already said the Origins. Live performances. The group's debut live performance was held at the Roxy Theater, which is right across the way from the Rainbow Room. The three core members were accompanied by bassist Duff McKagan, drummer Matt Sorum, rhythm guitarist Tommy Hendrickson, and Bruce Whitkins on keyboards, and additional guitar guest performers for both nights were Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Geezer Butler, which you know who Geezer Butler is, Perry Farrell, Zach Starkey, and Kesha. Yeah, Kesha. Wow. And Marilyn Manson. So that's kind of cool. I'm guessing on the second night. The next week, the group performed at Brazil's Rock in Rio Festival, September 24, 2015, and it was webcast live by AOL. Guest performers were Lizzie Hale, Zach Starkey, and Andreas Kisser. I have no clue who the heck that is. So if you do, comment down below. This is kind of sad. The group was scheduled to make their first late night television appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on July 11, 2016. However, lead guitarist and co-founder Perry collapsed on stage during a performance on July 10th. That was when he had his heart attack, but he seems to be doing well now. So anyway, that is my drunk history of the Hollywood Vampires, the legendary drinking club that hung out in the loft above the Rainbow Room. Again, the core members, the president was Alice Cooper. Vice president, of course, was, I'm having the biggest brain fart in the world right now, Keith Moon from The Who. Treasurer Bob Brown, and again the members were John Lennon, Ringo Starr, Harry Nilsson, and Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. So if you like my video, like it and comment. Also, I want to do a shout out to all my subscribers. I've gotten an influx of subscribers since I posted the last video. If you haven't checked out my last video, it is a contest to win a $25 Amazon gift card. I will put a link up there or up there. I don't remember which side the cards go. I'll also put a link at the end of the video, so check that out. Remember to like and subscribe and check out all my videos. Every Wednesday I'll be posting a new video. If you like Drunk History, let me know and I'll do another one. Also, I've got a future episode coming for Friday. It's called Marilyn Manson, Friend or Foe. So check that one out when I post it, because when I post this, that won't be posted. Again, I'm repeating myself. Like, drink, subscribe, and comment. And I will catch you on the B-sides. Party on.